Good evening, everyone. I wanted to just do a YouTube video review on a game, actually. I don't do too many games, but I got some time off school and I got to thinking, what game could I do a review on? I came to the conclusion I'll do Tera. I really like the game. I end up playing it again every year when I get out of school and have some more free time on my hands. I always go back to it. It's free to play, massively multiplayer, online, that sort of thing, and really fun. I enjoy it. So without further ado, I want to show you Tera. But on the side note, I ended up finally finding a spot for my Diva sticker. So right onto my hard drive, my external. Okay, so this is Tera. This will be the starting screen that you get into. Sorry if the mouse is a little bit laggy. So, I am streaming it from my laptop to the TV, so that way it makes it easier for people to see. So over here we have the several different types of servers. There's 5 servers. They used to have more, but they've combined servers as of late. And instantly I noticed that they got rid of the PvP servers. Well, the PvP only servers. They made them what they're calling PvP 65, which means that once you hit level 65, then you're open game for PvP. Until you get to level 65, you observe the same rules as in PvE. So for those of you who don't know, PvE is player versus environment, PvP is player versus player. That kind of tells you what the games are more focused on. PvP, you're just gonna have to try and get the best gear the fastest that you can, or you're gonna basically be overwhelmed and you're not gonna get too far. You want to join a guild and you want to play with those guys because numbers are a lot more prevalent than in PvE, where you can solo most of the game, if not all of the game. I play PvE. It's my personal preference. I don't like PvP. I never really have. So when the server I was playing on became PvP 65, they gave you the opportunity to transfer to another server for free, and I took that opportunity and did that. So I brought all my characters over to the PvE at Ascension Valley. That's the server I play on. So without further ado, let's jump into that. My population is set on high, so I would think that's a pretty good sign, actually, that maybe the game has gotten a little bit more popular. On that note, too, this game is actually going to possibly be released for well, not possibly, it's been announced that they will end up bringing it and porting it over to the PS4 and the Xbox. Now, I hope that they allow me to sign in with my same stuff and roll over my account. That would be nice, considering I've invested a lot of time into this account. So, without further, well, it's kind of loading, so I guess I'll just keep talking about that. What they're working on right now, supposedly, is just the controls. How to bring over the controls. People have played like Warhammer, or not Warhammer, World of Warcraft. Another massive multiplayer online game. The number keys are basically your spells, and you have other keys that do more. So how do you control all those with 4 buttons, square, X, circle, and triangle on a PlayStation controller, and R1, R2, L1, and R2, and then just your L3 and R3 buttons? How do you control all these spells and things that you have, including regular just attacking, with 6 buttons, 8 buttons? That's the question, and that's what they're working on. So anyways, these are my characters here. I have 5 of them currently. They keep coming out with new characters, about once a year or so, to keep the game interesting and intriguing and keep people playing. So my characters are Ayama-sama. She's a ninja. I have Light of Dawn, which is my Lancer. I have Ayama-hime, which is my Reaper. I have Alisuhime, which is my Sorceress. And I have Arya the Scarlet, named after, yes, the anime Arya the Scarlet Ammo. And she's my Brawler. So with that said, let me take you through the character creation process. I'm going to create the newest character that they made, the Valkyrie. And I'll go through some of the other characters too while I'm at it. Because some of the classes, like the Ellens, have their own things. The Kastanics have the Valkyrie, the humans have a couple of their own. And so yeah, so let's just start from the top. Let's go to human. And immediately you're introduced to the Brawler, which is the exclusive human-only class, or subclass, sorry. And only a female can be the Brawler, so you have no male option there. But if you look, I'm going to pull it to the back real quick, because I don't think you can see him that good. I mean, you can see him okay, I guess. Let's just do it anyways, so you can see this. Okay, so that at the top is complexity. So she's got pretty low complexity. Tanking is top notch. Offense is through the roof. And support is right there in the middle. She is basically a great all-around beat stick, basically. Get in the middle of the fight, draw aggro, and just beat things up. She has defensive ability in the front, so when she's attacked in the front, she can block all attacks. And she's a tank. DPS is through the roof with her. She's actually used to be, I don't know if she still is, I haven't looked at the rankings, but she used to be one of the top players to PvP with, just because of everything. So anyways, we'll use the humans though to just go through some of the other classes too. So this is Warrior. So complexity is through the roof, so if you're new, I wouldn't recommend playing her too much. Tanking is about mid, offense is almost to the top, and support is about mid. So, you know, well-rounded, sustained DPS, melee, and light armor. Lancer is your typical tank. Draws aggro like no one can. Has like taunt skills and all that to help with that. Heavy armor, so very good health and everything. Complexity is about mid. Tanking is through the roof. Offense is lower, on the lower side of things, and support is right in the middle. She can heal herself, which is actually very helpful. Slayer. Burst, DPS, melee, and light armor. Complexity, offense, and support. She has no tanking skills whatsoever. Berserker. Complexity is low, tanking is also very low, offense is very high, and support is mid. Not too bad. Sorcerer, burst, DPS, ranged, and robes. That's her armor. No tanking, complexity is a little above mid, offense almost there, and support is almost there as well. Pretty good class, not too bad. They are, either they already reworked them or they are going to rework them. Either way, they are going to get a workover because they have fallen behind some of the newer classes in terms of PvP. Archer, obviously ranged, no tanking. Priest, this is your healer and buffs. So main focus is obviously stay back and give your party support. Give them some love. Mystic, you also got healer, support, ranged. So a little bit of offense in this one. Only Ellens can be Reapers. Oops. Well, that's fine. I guess we can go through this with Ellens. Okay, so that's the Reaper for the Ellen. Actually, we were done with the other classes anyway, so I only have the special ones left. So Reaper for Ellens, right there. And other than that, the other classes are basically the same. You know, they have their own appearances for the others. So now the reason why they look like they do: never aging, the wise in battle sworn Ellens still appear as vulnerable and innocent as their goddess was in the moment of their creation. Also known as the daughters of Elinu, these divine spirits are committed to upholding their goddess's dream of keeping nature safe no matter the cost. So, there you go. A little brief explanation of what's going on there. Let's go over to the Gunner. Only High Elves and Castanic can be Gunner. That one's the High Elf. Castanic, and only females. So let's go to the Castanic Gunner. There's Castanic Gunner. Okay, and now let's go to the Ninja, which only Ellens can be. There's the Ninja. Sustained DPS, Ellen only. Complexity is high, offense is high, and support is high. Very well rounded class. And last but not least, the class I will be creating to show you character creation is the newest class, the Valkyrie. Can only be played by Castanics. Burst DPS, Castanic females only, so no male option, and light armor. I guess I can show you the male options real quick. I've only shown you the female. Okay, so male. They do have males. So, for you women out there who want to play, there's your man. Switching back so I can create the Valkyrie. Okay, so click on the right corner, you're going to click Customize. That'll open up the character creation and start the process. So you got presets. So you can choose a pre-built character appearance if you want from down here. It gives you a bunch of skin tones along with the hair and all that. Now the only thing about this game is you can't change the hairstyle and get the different horns or whatever. You have to pick one that you like with the hairstyle too. So that hairstyle comes with those horns, and it's the same with the other races too. So, you know, kind of a bummer, but not so much. There's a lot of cool ones actually that you can find and play. I'm gonna do this one, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna go ahead and choose a color. Choose a hair color here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, moving on to face. Now the game's character creation features, they're not as in-depth as some of the games. Server disconnected, my connection. I apologize. I have Time Warner, and let's just say it's not the best that it could be. We wish we could get Verizon, but unfortunately, when you live in an apartment, you kind of know that Time Warner monopolizes the apartments. So let's see if I can get back in and do that real quick. I'm also only at 34% battery life on my GoPro. I do have another spare battery fully charged and ready, but let's see if I can get this creation done before that time expires, and then part 2 I can do a tutorial. Well, I can walk you through the beginning tutorial of the game that it's going to force me to do for like the 100th time. But it's okay, it gets you a good solid couple levels out of it, some, you know, kind of your gear that you need. And yeah, so okay, let's do new character again. Oh, there's Tera rewards too for if you spend money or whatever, you actually get rewards. You move up in tiers. Kind of an interesting feature. Let's see. Hopefully. Okay. Let's try this again. Customize. Features. It was this one. We went with blue face, and now you can choose a different face if you want. You can zoom. You want to. Kind of like that one. There's more. Excuse me. Okay, let's go with that. Adornments, so if you want, you know, earrings, whatever, you know, you can get those. Tattoos, you know, go with that. Got fine details, so you can adjust bone structure and all that here. So if you want, you know, brow, I believe that is, you have to look this way, I believe. Yeah, so moves in and out. I'm gonna leave it where it was. Cheekbones and all that, jaw width, it's actually already pretty good. Jut, it's actually okay. Eyes, you know, for the most part, everything's already okay with this. I don't really have any issues. Put it right back at 18. Nose, not really any issue. Lip thickness, mouth width. I think that's that for. And ears, so you can rotate their ears if you want. More down, more up. Extension. It's already max up. Trim. More out or in. It's already in. And size, so I can make them smaller or huge, so she can like hear the entire world sneaking up on her. I think I'll go with something along that line. Okay. Outfit. This is what she'll look like in different outfits that you get throughout the game, different armor. So you can kind of preview it. You know, the less armor they have, the better armor it is. That's usually how these kinds of games go. So by that term, that would be like the best armor. And then you get to choose a voice. Now I don't know what you can hear, I usually try and just stick with the voice that they have set by default. Let's see if I can turn it up a little bit so you can hear it better. Yeah, there you go. So that's the voice they have set for default, is number 2. That's more of the other voice. What are they? The Amani or whatever. That's more of like human. I'm sorry. That's probably more human. And then that's Ellen. I mean, I don't think you really want your static to sound like an Ellen. But anyways, so I'm gonna leave it on number 2. And we're gonna enter a name for our Crusader. There you go. That explains that. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and go through this real quick, and I'll start it back up again when I start the tutorial for part 2. That's pretty much the entire character creation. So after you do that, it's just you basically jump into the tutorial and it teaches you how to play. So with that, I'm gonna end this video. We're pretty far in. It's long enough as it is. 26% battery life, so even if I wanted to, I couldn't go through the tutorial on that. I gotta switch the batteries and then I can go again. So with that, that is the basics for Tera to create a character and the different kinds of characters there is. I hope you liked it. If you did, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Comment below if you want, and feel free to follow me on Instagram. I will leave the link below as well. Until then, have a great day.